Hello Middletown Knights, this is Mr. Schwarzenegger, Assistant Principal. This video will cover the health and safety protocols to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 as we enter hybrid learning. It has been almost a full year since we have had a significant number of students in the building, and Middletown High School will look and operate differently than it has before. To start off, we will have multiple entrance and exit points for arrival and dismissal. Mrs. Hans covered our arrival and dismissal procedures in an earlier video, so I won't go into detail here. Please check out her video for further details. The classrooms will look quite different. The first thing you'll notice is that there are far fewer desks in every classroom, and those that do remain will be spaced apart at least 6 feet. All of the students will face in the same direction, and teachers will assign student seating. Every classroom has a posted room capacity number. We must stay below this number to ensure that social distancing can be implemented. In regards to cleaning and sanitation, there are a number of things that we have done. Our custodians have a new enhanced cleaning schedule, which prioritizes more frequent cleanings throughout the building, especially of high-touch areas such as light switches, handlebars, and hand railings. Every evening, our custodians will spray down all surface areas with an ionized sanitation spray. Every classroom will have a sanitation spray bottle and microfiber rag for teachers and staff to use as needed. Every classroom is also equipped with an air purifier. You'll also notice a stack of papers as you enter the classroom. You'll use these papers to cover your student desk during class to keep it clean. At the end of class, you'll dispose of this paper, picking up a new one when you enter the next class. We have placed hand sanitizer stations throughout the building. This includes at least one in every classroom, multiple stations throughout the cafeteria, and one outside of every restroom. The health room will be divided into 2 areas. One will be designated for students showing signs and symptoms of COVID-19. This area is equipped with an air purifier. The other section will be designated for students who are not showing signs and symptoms of COVID-19. In terms of hallway traffic, there are some differences. All of our hallways will allow 2-way traffic, except for the cafeteria. When in a hallway, students must stay to the right and try to maintain social distancing with the students in front and behind them. In the cafeteria, we will have 1-way traffic, so as you approach the cafeteria, you will always go in a counterclockwise direction. Congregating will not be allowed in the hallways, and students must report directly to their class or destination to reduce the number of people in the hallways. Restroom capacity will be limited throughout the day. We are closing the restrooms during class change to prevent crowding. However, restrooms will be opened during arrival from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. and during classes and lunch. The restroom entrances will be frequently monitored by our staff to ensure that capacity is not exceeded. The cafeteria looks quite different. All of the tables have been replaced by individual student desks and chairs, all facing in the same direction and at least 6 feet apart. As mentioned before, there are additional hand sanitizer stations throughout the cafeteria. Students will also have to use the paper desk covers to keep their tabletops clean while eating. Now that we've covered the different things we have done to mitigate the spread of COVID-19, it's time to talk about how you as a student can help make this work. There's no doubt that without your cooperation, the plans and procedures we've put in place will not be effective. The first way students can help is by properly determining whether they should stay home or come into school that day. Every student who comes into the building is affirming that they are not experiencing any of the COVID-19 related symptoms listed on this slide, nor have they been exposed to someone who has COVID-19. These symptoms were covered in a previous video by Mrs. Hans, but it's important to remember that if you are showing any of these signs and symptoms, stay home. Remember that even if you're home, you can participate in class virtually, and you will not be marked absent. If you come to school and you do exhibit signs and symptoms of COVID-19, a parent or guardian will immediately have to pick you up from school. The second most important way students can help is by making sure they are properly wearing their face coverings. Masks must be made of cloth, and single-layer gaiters are not acceptable masks. There are consequences for students who do not wear masks or who do not wear them properly. We will have extra masks in stock for students who forget it or maybe their mask breaks. But again, not wearing your mask or not wearing it properly will come with consequences. In regards to face shields may be worn. However, face shields alone do not account for a proper face covering. You must wear a mask with a face shield. To cover a mask properly, it must cover both your nose and your mouth. Students may remove their masks while in the cafeteria when they are eating or drinking, or if they are outside and they are socially distant from others. Social distancing is another critical step in mitigating the spread of COVID-19. It is important that you maintain at least 6 feet of distance from all others at all times. As mentioned before, our hallway traffic does allow for two-way travel. Again, stay to the right, follow all directional signs, and maintain a 6-foot difference. Report directly to class and do not congregate in the hallways. As a reminder, there are signs throughout the building telling you which way to go and which side of the hallway to remain. Make sure that you're following those directional signs. While in the classroom, it is important that you remain seated in your assigned seat at all times, unless given permission by the teacher or staff member to move. No eating or drinking is allowed in the classroom. Do not move furniture unless directed to do so. Please use the provided paper to cover your desk and make sure you dispose of it at the end of class. If you need to leave your seat, again, you must ask permission from your teacher or staff member. When in the restrooms, it's important that students are cognizant of the restroom limits. If you walk into a restroom and it is over the limit, please leave the restroom and wait in the hallway until somebody vacates so you may enter. Socializing in the restrooms will not be permitted. Water fountains will be operational. However, students must not drink directly from the water fountains. These are to be used for refilling water bottles only. Our teachers have been given information on what instructional resources they can and cannot use for students who are available for in-person learning. But what is critical is that every student bring a fully charged Chromebook or laptop to school every day, including their charger. Headphones and earbuds are also strongly recommended. All other items that are provided by the teachers will either be for individual student use or sanitized between uses. When on the school bus, again, remember to wear your mask and wear it properly at all times. Sit in your assigned seat. As a note, buses are disinfected between routes. I want to thank you for paying attention to the information provided in this video. As I said earlier, there are many things that we have done to mitigate the spread of COVID-19, but this is going to take a team effort. So together, we'll make this work. We look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday, February 16th.